A midlife crisis is more than just a cultural stereotype. It's a real psychological struggle that can surface between the ages of 40 and 60. Often triggered by aging, loss, or unmet expectations, it can actually lead individuals to question their identity, make impulsive choices, or abruptly abandon long term commitments. While not officially classified yet as a mental illness, the emotional and relational fallout is very real, especially for the spouses and families left behind. This podcast gives voice to those living through the aftermath, exposing the hidden pain, and seeking accountability, healing, and understanding. Thank you for joining us today on MLC Bomb Drop and Beyond. Hey, welcome back to MLC Bomb Drop and Beyond. Today, we're going to talk about something a little different. Might seem a little simple or almost superficial, but really it's not. It's actually one of the first ways that your nervous system starts trying to save you after you experience emotional trauma. And that is color, and not in a fluffy way or silly way, or not in a just paint your walls and you'll be better type of way. But seriously, you guys, this is your body is trying to regulate you kind of way. And you don't even realize it at the time. Because when the bomb drops, when your life gets split in two, you don't just lose your relationship, you lose your sense of safety, your identity, your internal compass, and your brain starts asking one question, and that is, what feels safe now? Because your world has just been turned upside down. As we all know, after trauma, you don't always think your way forward. You have to feel your way forward. And sometimes you don't even realize it's happening. You suddenly may change how you dress, want to repaint rooms, redecorate, get rid of certain colors, be drawn to others. And that's not random. That is actually your nervous system trying to stabilize you before your mind can catch up to it. It's crazy. And here are some of the little things when we talk about colors and healing. Blue is a color that offers calm, safety, emotional regulation. Green is the color for recovery, growth, restoration. Black is the color for protection, boundaries, and containment. Gray is a pause, a shutdown, a reset. Red is a power, activation, and identity color. And pink is softness, reconnection, and emotional reopening. And here's the deal. You don't choose these colors in order, and you cannot skip stages. I didn't realize this. I was doing this at the time, but right after bomb drop, my daughter helped me redecorate our home. And looking back now, it tells the entire story of my healing. It's crazy, you know? So a couple years ago, I switched out all our furniture. I went pretty much all white in the living room. And not because I was looking for a magazine aesthetic, but I was really drawn to just calming colors because I think my life had become so chaotic, so loud, so emotionally overwhelming during the bomb drop and the divorce and all the smear campaigns and everything I was going through. I needed a space where nothing was coming at me. So white became, give me a clean slate and give me space to breathe. And of course, I work from home as a realtor and podcaster and writer. You know, I painted my walls. I actually even had my ceiling painted. I had everything painted a deep, rich hunter green, which is fabulous. Not a light green. It's not soft. It's a grounded, deep, and rooted green. And I didn't fully understand it then, but that part of me was saying, I'm ready to rebuild. And I'm not ready to just survive, but seriously to rebuild. And then one of my favorite areas is now my bedroom. I went dark navy blue on the walls. And if you've ever been through this kind of trauma, you understand, I think you understand the need for that. Because navy isn't just a color. Navy, that dark, rich navy blue color, it's a feeling. It's like, let me feel safe. Let me rest. Let me shut the world out for a minute. And I have never slept better now that my walls are all dark. It's just like a little escape. But seriously, here's the part that matters most. I didn't make it all dark. I added white bedding, pink bedding, soft, gentle, feminine. And that detail, that is everything. Because I didn't throw myself back into softness too soon. I placed softness inside the safety of the navy blue. And then I added my typical textures, lots of fur, soft materials, lots of chandeliers. And that wasn't just decorating, that was my system saying, I want to feel comfort again, I want to feel warmth again, and I want to feel like I deserve something beautiful again and totally mine. And when I look at it now, I realize I didn't redecorate my home. I rebuilt my nervous system room by room. White was clearing the chaos. Navy was creating safety. Green was rebuilding identity. Pink allows softness back in. And then texture and light are reclaiming comfort and worth. And here's where people get tripped up a little bit. Don't just try to jump straight into, happiness, lightness, softness when your system is still in protection mode. It won't work. Healing isn't about choosing the right color. It's about honoring where you actually are. And if you're drawn to black right now, you're not broken. You're protecting yourself. And no, you don't have to repaint your house, but you can start noticing, what colors are you drawn to? What feels calming for you? What feels grounding? What feels like too much? Then support yourself in small ways. Maybe a color in a blanket. Change some of the lighting. Just a small shift in your environment. These are not cosmetic changes. These are nervous system supports. And if you feel like you don't know who you are right now, that's okay. That's totally normal. After what we've been through, your system still doesn't know what you need. And sometimes it shows you quietly through something as simple as what feels safe to look at, what you're drawn to, and what feels good. Your body needs to recalibrate and get your nervous system on track. And I am going to put a little quiz on our Facebook page, MLC Bomb Drop. So go check out the Facebook page where you're going to find 4 questions that you can answer very easily. And then it'll give you a little bit of a result as to maybe where you are in your healing. So check that out. Again, go to our Facebook page, MLC Facebook, and do a little quiz and let me know your responses. So, all right, you guys, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this little slightly different type of topic today, but I find it really interesting to know that we can look at our colors and know that we're really going forward in this journey and healing one step at a time, one day at a time. You don't just heal emotionally, you guys, we heal visually. Your nervous system is going to show you what it needs if you're willing to notice. So thanks again for joining me today on Bomb Drop and Beyond. This is Trina Laird, and I'll see you in the next episode. Hey guys, this is Trina, and I want to take a moment to speak directly to anyone who didn't choose the collapse, but is living with the aftermath. When a spouse enters midlife crisis, the damage doesn't unfold slowly. It happens like an explosion. One day you're living a shared life with your best friend, and the next moment, that person that you have trusted and loved for so many years has emotionally disappeared almost overnight, rewriting history, minimizing the damage, and running from the very family they helped build. Friends are confused, the story gets simplified, and the spouse left behind is often expected to handle it quietly, gracefully, all while absorbing the fallout all alone. After the bomb drop, a survival guide for the left behind spouse was written for you. This book doesn't offer platitudes or false hope. It names what others avoid. Inside, I will walk you through what is actually happening when someone runs from themselves, why chasing answers only deepens the wound, and how to stabilize your life after emotional abandonment. In this book, we talk about why these departures feel so sudden and destabilizing. Because, in fact, they are destabilizing. And why the spouse who stays is often blamed, erased, or silenced. Why saving yourself is not abandonment, and how to grieve someone who is still alive while finding your footing again. This book does not promise reconciliation. It offers you guys something more necessary at this time, and that is stability, dignity, and a way forward when someone else has chosen to run after the bomb drop. The survival guide for the left behind spouse is available now on Amazon Kindle in both ebook and paperback. It's also available in audio version on Spotify. And if you're standing in the blast radius and wondering how to survive what you did not cause, this book was written for you. The stories and events discussed in this podcast are for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered legal, medical, or professional advice. Any names, locations, or identifying details have been changed to protect privacy. Any similarities to actual persons, living or dead, or real events are purely coincidental. The information presented on this podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional advice. Always consult with a qualified expert regarding any decisions related to your specific situation. The views expressed by guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the host or the podcast creators. Hey, if you have a story you'd like to share with our listeners, or if you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email mlcbombdrop@gmail.com. Again, that's mlcbombdrop@gmail.com. All right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon.